Hello everyone, back for tuning into today's video. I'm going to talk about the stratosphere a little bit today. Just do a quick video looking at the temperatures in the stratosphere. It looks like we're going to get a major midwinter stratospheric warming taking place next week over the North Pole, and that could have big impacts on our weather as we go into the second half of the winter. Now, before we go on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my weather videos at gazweathervids.com. Please play those videos. You'll be supporting gazweathervids.com by doing that. And I want to mention Gab Shop. You can click on the Gab Shop button, go through to Gab Shop, and then click on the amazon.co.uk banner, go through to Amazon, and get your January sales bargains from Amazon. At the same time, you'll be supporting gabsweathervids.com by doing that, and thank you very much for that endeavour. So we're going to start off looking at the current temperature at 10 HPA over the North Pole. This is the stratosphere, and we can see it's cold over the North Pole just at the moment at 10 HPA in the stratosphere. Had this little bit of a warming going on in the start of the month, start of December, but really December has been cold up in the stratosphere, and of course that's coincided with a very strong polar vortex, a lot of low pressure running through the British Isles this month, giving us a very wet month, or a wet second half of the month anyway. And of course, a cold stratosphere tends to coincide with an increased polar vortex and cold air kept locked up over the North Pole, and consequently you get a strong jet stream running through the northern hemisphere, a zonal jet stream running from west to east. You get the mid-latitude high from the Azores ridging into Europe, and really keep the cold air bottled up over the North Pole, and it keeps the mid-latitudes, Europe, United States on the mild side very often. But I say things are set to change quite dramatically over the next few days, and we're going to start off by having a look at the website Meteoseal. This is a French website, and you can find it on my links page. This is the current temperature forecast in the stratosphere over the North Pole. We can see we've got these very deep blue and purple colours up here over the pole. It's really cold, as we just saw on the other chart, over the North Pole at 10 HPA just at the moment, so a really cold stratosphere right now. But as I say, things are set to change, and I want you to keep an eye on this blue and purple area, see how it shrinks as we run through the next few days with this. I'm going to go in 6 hourly steps, and you'll see that there's very little change to start off with. So for the rest of the year into the start of January 2013, it stays very cold up over the stratosphere. But now as we run further on, we can see that blue and purple area beginning to shrink. The red, yellow and orange area over to the east of the Arctic is beginning to increase. It's beginning to expand up there, and if we run further on, you'll see that that cold area in the stratosphere over the pole gets weaker and weaker and weaker as this large area of warming in the stratosphere begins to increase. And certainly by the time we get through towards the 6th of January, we've got a major stratospheric warming taking place up over the Arctic. And if we run further on with this, if we go into the second week of January, this is taking us up to the 7th of January, but we go further on, we can see that the warming in the Arctic is set to increase. Don't worry, it will load up in a moment. Here we go. So this is the position on the 7th of January. We can see we've got a major warming in the stratosphere over the North Pole at 10 HPA. All of those orange and yellow colours are indicating that temperatures have shot up through the stratosphere in the pole, and this cold area here is very much weaker and starting to be pushed down into the mid-latitudes. As we go further on, you'll see that that orange area just increases, the blues get weaker and weaker, and then we start to see another secondary stratospheric warming taking place. As we go through towards the 12th, there's another warming going on there, a renewed burst of warming in the stratosphere, and that just has the effect of killing off the polar vortex even more across the North Pole. So there we have it by the 15th of January, a very, very warm Arctic there. The cold weather pushed right over towards Alaska, the cold temperature in the stratosphere, I should say, pushed right over towards Alaska, and much of the North Pole having a very warm stratosphere, and the effect of this is quite pronounced. So if you have a look at the current position on our side of the Arctic, this is the North Pole here, this is Greenland. Go further up from that, we're up in towards the North Pole. We'll see we've got a strong polar vortex here across Greenland, across the North Pole on our side of the North Pole at least. But let's go on 384 hours as far as the run will go, and it's a complete switch around. We've now got high pressure up over Greenland, 1065 millibars. It's a proper area of high pressure as well. We've got the green and yellow colours indicate that's a proper area of high pressure, and much of the Arctic on our side has become blocked, and the NAO is trending negative. Notice the Azores high has weakened off, very weak Azores high there. We're starting to push the jet stream southwards around this Greenland high, so this is getting us into a proper cold and blocked pattern. Now, I'm not an expert on the stratosphere, so I can't talk too much about this, but these are very, very encouraging signs, I think, if you want a colder second half to the winter. And it certainly looks, I think, as though we go towards the end of January, or certainly the last 10 days, week or so of January, with the prospect of some really strong blocking beginning to take place over the North Pole, on our side of the North Pole at least. And probably right way across the pole, actually, because this is a very major stratospheric warming event that is predicted to be taking place over the pole over the next few days. Now, the key to this is getting this warming to propagate down into the troposphere. Sometimes you can get warmings of the stratosphere, but they don't propagate down, and when that happens, then the effects are much more limited. You don't start to see the blocking areas of high pressure developing through the troposphere that you do when you get the warming propagating through the strat into the troposphere. So that's the one key really that we've still got to see, and we won't know that it's propagating down until the event actually takes place. But even if that first event doesn't propagate into the troposphere, we've got the second event being predicted around the 12th of January. So really between the two events, if the two events do come off as the GFS is forecasting this morning, I think we can really expect to see that warming propagating through into the troposphere and setting up a much more blocked pattern over the North Pole. Just want to mention a website you can go to if you're interested in all of this, and you can see real experts on this. It's netweather.tv. This is the forum for netweather.tv. It's forum.netweather.tv. Just put that into your browser. It'll take you through to the forum, and then click on weather discussion and chat, and go through to the discussion and chat message board, and then there you will see at the very top of the index, or almost at the top of the index, Stratosphere Temperature Watch. Hang on, it's gone too far down. There we go. Stratosphere Temperature Watch 2012-2013. Now, these people posting in this thread, in this topic, are real experts. So click on that, and you'll be able to see all of the experts at netweather.tv, the stratosphere experts. You'll be able to see what they are predicting for the stratosphere. As I say, they are really good experts. They know their stuff on the stratosphere. They know a lot more about it than I do. So check out the forum at netweather.tv, and as I say, they're really in-depth experts. They know what they're talking about much better than I do, and you'll be able to keep an eye on how this is developing, and most importantly whether the warming in the stratosphere is propagating down to the troposphere. But from my very limited knowledge of all of this, I think this is very good science. It's not the only thing that's important. There are other things that are important for the weather in the British Isles in the winter, but it's one of the things that appears to be quite important. And certainly when you get a warming in the stratosphere on this scale, I think it's very good signs if you're looking for a colder second half to the winter, with probably some snow likely in parts of the country. So if you're looking out for snow and cold weather, very good news for the second half of winter. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.